Hey there. Today the moon continues in Pisces. We are just past that third quarter moon that took place at 29 degrees Aquarius right before the moon went into Pisces and the sun went into Gemini yesterday. So we have some shifts in energy, but we're also thinking big picture. I'm Marina Orms here with your Astro Vibe for Wednesday, May 21st. And when the moon goes into Sagittarius, which is another mutable sign, we think big picture, right? I was sharing last week when the moon went into Sagittarius about thinking in terms of what it's like to take a pause, to reflect on recent events, what's unfolding in your life, and that Sagittarian philosopher can come in and really think about what's the meaning of what is unfolding in your life? How do you connect the dots to see a bigger picture of connection and purpose? So when the moon goes into Pisces, now water sign, we get even bigger, big picture. So really the sky is the limit. I don't think there is a limit with Pisces. I think it just speaks to the transcendent. It speaks to the universal, the place where we are, where we dwell without being in our physical body in our day-to-day lives. So the Pisces moon is really an opportunity to connect with that big, big picture of what our spirit needs, what our soul needs, who we are when we really get past the ordinary stuff, right? The superficial stuff to that really part that speaks to the heart and the spirit and the big picture. So that is happening as the moon is now past third quarter. So the moon is waning and now in that final week and those final few days as we head into the next new moon. So that means we are bringing completion to the current moon cycle. Not quite yet. We have a few days left, but we are in that phase where we feel more of that maturity with the cycle, more of that sense of what we've learned and integrated. And now we're beginning to let go of what we've been working on to allow, to surrender. And that energy works perfectly with this Pisces waning moon that wants us to surrender and go with the flow and allow ourselves to trust and be carried. So there is definitely this energy quality for today, mood of the day that has to do with the need to let go, the need to allow, the need to go with the flow, to trust that big picture and to connect with that bigger picture of guidance, what your heart is trying to help you know through the different ways that it does that. And so maybe it's inviting you to slow down and pay attention to your soul, your heart, your spirit, connect with that bigger picture. This is, of course, a Taurus moon cycle. So we've been working on the theme of gratitude and looking at how we can sustain things that have been put in motion, new beginnings, new projects, new directions that have begun the Taurus moon cycle with, well, that began with the energy of new beginnings with the Aries moon cycle that preceded this moon cycle. And that Aries moon cycle was especially potent, beginning with not just an Aries new moon, not just an Aries solar eclipse, but an Aries solar eclipse that coincided very closely with Neptune entering Aries for the first time since 1861 or whatever it was. So, so big energy here of new beginnings. It hasn't fully unfolded yet, right? We don't know where we're headed exactly. We just know it what feels different, what is the impulse or the drive that is calling us forward to step into more truth, more creative self-expression, more self-awareness, more of our own healing path. So then this Taurus moon cycle follows that potent Aries moon cycle that we had. And this one is all about how we keep things going, how we sustain ourselves, how we nourish ourselves in this change process, in what is evolving or emerging or showing up in new ways, new directions. So we have that need to find ways to sustain our energy, to keep the changes in place, to keep things moving forward, and really to find the habits and patterns and routines that are going to serve us and sustain us in these new directions. So the bigger picture of the dream of what you want to create. And I was talking about that on Sunday, May 18th, about that Saturn going into Aries, and that happens this Saturday. So the container for dreams is what I was speaking of in that video. So really, really good information to have, and I highly recommend that video if you missed it. You may want to re-watch it as we head toward Saturday and that transition of Saturn into Aries. Big changes, new beginnings, new forms beginning to emerge. So this Taurus moon cycle that we are now 3/4 of the way plus through is helping us to implement and sustain new ways of being that will carry us forward into that container for our dreams, whatever it is that you are working on in your life, helping to create, helping to shape, and noticing what. So with this Pisces moon energy, we can pick up on everything. Pisces is like a psychic sponge. You just feel everything. And so we want to be clear about what is not helpful. And what is not helpful is things that drag us down, things that feel heavy or sad, but really it's, I mean, the sadness is okay, right? And sometimes things are heavy, and that's okay. The point is not to be dragged down by it. So look for the ways that you can pick up also on really positive energies. So if you're going to be a psychic sponge and pick up on what's going on in the vibes around you, you might as well look for the positive vibes, the kindness, the caring, the cooperation, the ways that people around you or institutions or structures around you maybe actually show up in positive ways, because that is a key to the way forward, where you see those qualities that are part of your future dream. That is what you want to pay attention to. So notice where those qualities dwell around you and pay attention to them, focus on them, notice that they are there and appreciate them. Bring that gratitude, this Taurus moon gratitude, in for those positive things that do exist, and the way that the future dreams that we have, the way that they have already been planted as seeds, and where they might be showing up that we may not necessarily be expecting to see them. So looking at your future dream, what matters to you, what you care about, what your heart wants, what's important in the big picture, noticing what kind of qualities are associated with that dream. Is it kindness? Is it compassion? Is it having your needs met? Is it love? Right? What, so just thinking about, there are lots of positive qualities you can connect with and focus on what those positive qualities are, and then notice where they show up already today, right now, in the world around you, and write that down. Let's be grateful for that. Let's be grateful for that one customer service agent on the phone who took the extra time to really listen and to address your needs. Look for that moment of someone near you saying, "Hey, I can help with that. How can I support you?" Look for that one person who is saying, "I'd love to connect. I'd love to do this with you." So I don't know, right? Whatever it is in your life, whatever those positive qualities are, that look for where they already exist in the world around you. And that will help you make the most of this Pisces waning moon that is helping to integrate and find these ways to be grateful for where the qualities exist already in the world, because that is where the seed that's been planted can be nourished and nurtured and allowed to grow, supported to grow into that future dream. Thanks so much for being here. I'm Marina Orms, and if you're interested in getting a reading, check out my website, astrologyheals.com. I'm also working on some little mini classes to help you learn astrology. So join my member site. More is coming on that front, and I am looking so forward to sharing more with you. So check out that. It says Join Astrology Heals in the description for this video. Just click there and become a free member, a paid member, whatever speaks to you. I appreciate you either way. Thanks for being here and subscribing. I will see you next time with more astrology for unshakable self-care. Bye for now.